We'll give you that opportunity before 9 o'clock this morning. Who knows? We could be giving away a $540 million worth of Joe Habaika's money. Could you imagine? Or I guess it'd be $540 million of our money that we would be, who knows, maybe giving away.
Or it's only about a quarter of Joe's net worth, isn't it?
Quarter,
somewhere around there?
Just a little. It's peanuts. Okay, Lieutenant Steve Houck studio now. I can't help but call you that. Once a lieutenant, always a lieutenant.
Sure.
Till you move up to a higher rank, I guess.
Right.
So, okay, let's start with Dallas.
Sure.
Scary time.
Yeah, certainly for the people of Dallas.
Can I start by saying, listen, there are police officers who are racist. Yesterday, the governor made a statement in Minnesota that I couldn't believe he made. We'll talk about that as well. But there are police officers in the world, in the United States, that are racist. There are police officers that might be ornery people. There are police officers that believe this and believe that. Police officers are human beings.
Absolutely.
The majority of police officers are good, hardworking people that put their lives on the line every day and care about people. So every industry has a bad egg. Now, that's not to say that we're condemning anything that has currently happened and that what has happened isn't justified or is justified. We don't know at this point. But in the world of any business, in any profession, there's good and there's usually a small element of bad. Do you agree with that?
No doubt about it. And
but the average police officer, the majority of police officers, don't want that bad reflection. They don't want to support somebody who is quote unquote bad, right?
Right. And I think part of the problem you have is and it happens on both sides of the aisle, where you're quick to blame and quick to make decisions about what was in someone's heart when they made a decision. And the other way is, sometimes there's officers or whoever it may be are too quick to defend bad acts. So there's a lot of police officers.
We do that in all professions. It's
Absolutely.
Like, hey, you're in a department in a manufacturing plant. It's like, listen, guys, we got to stick together here.
Sure.
Because it's going to affect all of us.
Sure.
This happens. This is life. It's human nature. It's what it is.
I think in law enforcement, part of the reason why you see that maybe more often than other professions is because any police officer that's been out there that's ever worked in a busy municipality understands the stress of the job,
sure,
and that you have to make split-second decisions, and sometimes they're not always right.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that there isn't officers out there who perhaps have, we're a slice of society, so we come from all different levels of education and all different backgrounds. So
sure,
that's not to say that you can't come into this job with some prejudices or preconceived notions about who people are and what they are. Right. So this job, the stress that sort of comes along with it can either make you sort of rise to the top, or you can sort of go along and make bad decisions with something bad in your heart, so to speak.
Yeah,
so again, like you said, there's too many of us to say you couldn't have people that are prejudiced, because of course you could.
So, and that's why I don't want to come out and say that there are, we can't ignore the fact that yes, you might get some bad eggs, and there are some bad eggs out there.
Absolutely.
that ruin it for everybody. That ruin the reputation for everybody. But to have the governor yesterday of Minnesota come out and say these people would probably be alive if they were white, and racist acts like these cannot continue. That's a judgment. Does he know something? We don't know. But does he know something we don't know?
In all honesty, the president did the same thing.
Yeah.
And the problem is with it is, certainly you want to take a stance, and you want to say, listen, something needs to be looked at here, needs to be addressed. I think everybody would agree with that. That we need to take some things into consideration here and say, why are these things happening?
Something has to be done.
Can we do something better?
As I said yesterday, and I was criticized for it, and I will say it again today, this has to stop. What is this? It's the fear, it's the panic, it's the fact that that community doesn't trust police officers. Mm-hmm. It's the fact that there are sometimes people have panicked. Police officers have panicked. And there are cases where police officers have shot and killed someone, and it's been deemed inappropriate. But all of this collectively, and now you add Dallas to it, this all we've got to get a hold of this, or we're going to be looking at anarchy here.
Right, but I think especially in law enforcement, changes have to come slowly.
Yeah.
They can't be this sort of, flip a switch and now you're doing things totally different.
Let's continue, and we'll talk about Dallas, and we'll talk about Minnesota, and we'll talk about Baton Rouge with Lieutenant Howe. Coming up, WIBX.